Are we good? Okay. Hello, everybody. What's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. It's gonna be pretty chill for the next little bit. Sorry, this week doesn't have that many videos. First of all, kind of ran out of time. And second of all, I've got Comic-Con coming up this weekend. So just a little plug-in if you see by the title, guys, or whatever the hell it is in the stream. Basically, going to be at Toronto Comic-Con this weekend from Friday, March 15th to Sunday, March 17th, and I will be at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. A couple of guests are coming in for that, but if you guys want to go, check me out. Actually, the cast of X-Men, the animated series, is going to be there, so if you want to come check us out, definitely do so. Hope all is well. Thank you, Honey Bear, for getting my Patreon going. Love you. But yeah, we're just going to do a very simple Q&A tonight. It's going to be only an hour, because yeah, I just kind of ran out of time for things that I'm just prepping for Comic-Con, like a motherfucker, you know, like completely trying to get that going. But yeah, let's get going on, questions here. So let's see. Wow, first person here. Yeah, Jason Movie Nerd, welcome. Hi, Andy Sarkis. Good to see you. Hi, Dark Bonnie 87. Hello, Shark King. Good to see you. Yeah, it's our traditional weekly Wednesday stream. Thank you so much, Honey Bear. Ben Short, love those emojis. So just a couple things, by the way, guys. Sorry I didn't get to stream until now. I was in the middle of the game. No worries, man. So just a little bit of a slight thing on the rules, guys, of course, for questions. Don't repeat the same question 3 times. No requests at the moment, and super chats are always welcome. So yeah, just to give you guys couple announcements prior to us getting started here. So yeah, Comic-Con's coming up this weekend. It's at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. For any of our local fans, you can come say hi to us there. But then also, I'm going to be attending Anime North May 24th weekend, so we'll put in more details on that. And then possibility I might be coming to G-Fest, actually. I might be coming back, and that'll be in July. Now, very quickly, in terms of the next King Kong review, what is happening? So, the third chapter of this arc, I should let you guys know, is basically it's interesting because this one is extensively long, and rather than put it in a single episode, I am happy to announce that we're going to be doing it as a 2-parter. It's going to be airing as a 2-parter. Part 1 and part 2, and they're going to be released in 2 separate nights this weekend. So part 1 is going to go out Saturday night at 9. So we're going to change the schedule. It's normally not Thursday nights. It's actually going to be this weekend. It's going to be a big weekend event. So Saturday night at 9 is going to be the first episode's going to drop. And then part 2, the second episode, is going to drop Sunday night at 9. So you'll be getting 2 episodes technically this weekend. I mean, technically 1, but it's split into 2 parts. And part 1 is 43 minutes, and part 2 is 50 minutes. So you're getting long reviews. This special Big Jack Films weekend King Kong review 2-part episode. It's going to be really exciting. So I hope you guys can tune in for that. So that's Saturday night at 9 and then Sunday night at 9. And you'll see why. Make a little reference to some Kong related stuff from the past. Anyway, so there is that. But good to see everybody. Just thought I'd give you guys a little update on that. Good to see you, Eric Bauer. Have you heard that there's a new dinosaur movie that's in the works called Primeval War? I have heard about this. I've heard people tag me on this, and I'm actually kind of excited. It looks kind of interesting. Awesome. More of that, please. So there's a cool theory that the events of Empire Strikes Back take place over a month. That actually makes sense. Okay, you know what? That actually does make sense to a degree. So, cast of X-Men the animated series are reprising some of their roles in X-Men 97. Yes, I am aware, and that's why they're doing it for Comic-Con, to promote the new show that's coming out in a couple of weeks, I think. I was going to question this, but what size is your Kong in the review series and the 2016 Kong in your fan film? So, the Were-Kong is about the height of, I would say, Godzilla in our Ready Player One episode. About 100, 150 feet, maybe 200. But for my remake, he's actually 50 feet tall. He's a 50-foot tall gorilla. So that is sort of the narrow ground of what Kong is in my remake in the show. Good question, by the way. Airing 2 separate nights. Kind of sounds like an extended cut of something. Yeah, so just a minor spoiler. It's going to be a homage to the NBC airing of Kong 76, the extended TV cut, where part 1 would air on the Saturday night and part 2 would air on the Sunday night. So we're doing sort of a homage to that in this episode. When the metahumans appear in the King Kong reviews, I was like, what the fuck, are they still alive? After season 7, I thought they'd be gone, but no. So that's a good question, Dark Bonnie. The Department of Metahuman Control was part of the whole invasion of Earth in Ready Player One. And you gotta remember, this was a planetary invasion. So it was all over the world. But the main primary areas were New York, New Jersey, Chicago, and Toronto. And thankfully, people like IndiFan and Dean, who is actually in the chat, good to see you, Dean, their shows took care of the forces in New York and in Jersey, while in Chicago, all EVA forces were taken care of by Linkara on Comic-Con 1 or Comic-Con 2. I don't know what ship he has at the moment, but Linkara took care of most of it. But in terms of us, we were focused on the Toronto battle. Now, some of my reinforcements did go in the show to the other cities to help. Now, when that whole liberation began, essentially, while some of the metahumans escaped to space to regroup, some were still kind of drafted and left on the planet, and there's pockets of some of the minions throughout that are just kind of keeping in touch and like keeping updated and everything. And so what happened was that basically there are pockets of them in the Chicago area. If you watch the second episode of the Kong reviews, where the truck is doing that, and essentially, basically, as 18 and I are driving down the highway, that one of the metahuman officers like spots them and is like, okay, we got something going on here. So that is happening. Hey, Nerd Cage Live is here. Welcome to the chat. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, we're just basically doing a Q&A, an easy one before Comic-Con, a couple events tonight. So that is happening. But that is essentially what is happening on that end. Let's see here. But yeah, so good question from Dark Bunny. So yeah, there are pockets of metahuman control still out there. They are still active, but not to the full extent that they were before, basically. I'm doing good, Dean. Really good tonight. Do you think you could do another Dragon Ball review in honor of Akira Toriyama? Excellent question, James. I can actually say that one of our reviews that was planned since the beginning of Season 8 is going to be on Dragon Ball Superheroes, which will be which will be happening. I'll be reviewing the latest Dragon Ball Z movie that came out that I did see in theaters. I do plan to talk about that. But on top of that, it's going to lead into episodes and storylines later on. However, Dragon Ball, we have thought about, we're going to do, obviously, something for Dragon Ball, but given the fact that Akira Toriyama did pass away, we are going to do more in honor of him and discuss the movie and so on. But that is going to be happening. I'm doing good, Martin Cosplay Smith. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm excited about that too. And when I heard the dinosaurs will be scientifically accurate but scary at the same time, okay, that's cool. Hello, Ace Video. Good to see you. Have you heard that I gave Brock a PlayStation 2? Nice. Brock, awesome. He's going to get a PS2 going. Hey, Jack, do you think there will be a good idea if you do a top 10 Super Sentai moments in the same vein as the Back to the Future moments? I haven't watched enough Super Sentai to really discuss that. However, I should say, Bendy, we are planning to do another Sentai-based thing. I'm going to be covering the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie at some point. Obviously, it was in the plans for a while, but on top of that, it's going to be a huge in memory of Jason David Frank. Jack, quick question. Would you happen if Godzilla met a Queen Ghidorah? You can see that in the fan film Godzilla Battle Royale. Great fan film by our friend Billy DeBoss. It is worth checking out. I have not seen, unfortunately, any of the Friday the 13th movie, Jason Movie Nerd, but they might be on my list someday. But yeah, good to see Nerd Cage tonight. Wow, a lot of people are liking Nerd Cage. Would you like to see Mechagodzilla versus Mechanic Kong? I would love that. That'd be amazing. We're doing great. Still have a great Comic-Con. Yeah, hey, I might see you guys at Niagara Falls Comic-Con if I decide to go. You guys should come check out. I should watch more King Kong reviews and some of your reviews show because I need to understand the lore. There are storyline compilations, Dark Bonnie, a playlist of storyline compilations. You can watch those to catch up on the plot without watching the episodes. But hey, if you can watch the episode, more power too. Really appreciate it. My favorite YouTuber, BigJackFilms, needs to go to Anime Con on the East Coast. I would love to check out like the Anime Cons in LA or something someday, or Vancouver. I heard they're like really good. It's just a matter of money, but obviously, support my Patreon. You can definitely get us maybe funded someday. What's it like to have so many people who love very much like your fans? My fans have been very gracious, very appreciated. It's wonderful to have a group of fans that it wasn't even in the playing cards to gain that for me. Being a YouTuber has always been about the art and not the money. Sometimes it can be about the money if the value goes up. But in terms of just money or just art, that's what matters to me, is just expressing what I do. I mean, that was YouTube's motto, broadcast yourself. But on top of that, just in terms of, just artwork or just doing doing my creative stuff, the fans just kind of came with it. They just kind of follow along. And there's a saying I have from Braveheart that I've been telling a lot of people lately in with 2024. People don't follow titles, they follow courage. And for me, it's not about the titles. It's not about the subscriber count. It's not about the viewership. It's just about the fact that I can put something out there is what I would hope people will come to my channel to follow and subscribe and so on. Like, it is a good thing to have as a business, but for me, it's always been about the arts and telling a story that I want to tell. And especially doing it independently where you don't have a bunch of studio neck breathers coming down on you and telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, is something for sure I really do follow. But fans have always been one of the biggest supporters of my work and why I continue doing it. I do a lot of this for you guys, and without you, I would be nothing. So I do appreciate it so much. Thank you. Are there any creatures and kaijus wandering around after the Toronto event? I mean, there's little bits here and there. We do plan, Eric, to have a little storyline that's going to explain some of that and what I'm kind of setting up. If you've seen like sort of the storyline kind of little codes and everything we're encrypting into the new Kong episodes, there are little bits of plot here and there, but we're going to catch up on that at some point. What is the most realistic King Kong? Probably the Peter Jackson remake, for sure. Good to see you, Jordan Farrell. What are the most quotable AVGN lines that don't sound like that and don't sound like it sucks monkey? I'm trying to think of one that I really like. I kind of like the one with the Atari, or not the Atari, the Intellivision. He's trying to stick it in the in the cartridge, and he's like, it's like trying to stick your dick in a Cheerio. Like, that's probably one of my favorites. Or I'm trying to think. There's some really good ones. I like what he says about Godzilla 2000, where he talks about like the CG work, and he says sometimes it's just better when there's something right in front of the camera. That's one of my favorite James Rolfe quotes, because he knows that practical in-camera elements are the best when it comes to special effects, and that's something I really focus on. Are you going to G-Fest this year? I just got confirmation that we might have secured a ride. We might have secured a potential help in getting us there, but we will keep you guys posted. But I really am hoping to come back this year. It's the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. Plus, good news, I should kind of announce, not really, we have submitted, if you guys are interested, we are going to submit the Great War storyline movie, so the Ready Player One storyline elements, hoping to submit it to the Fan Film Festival this year. Now, you're probably thinking, like, well, there's a lot of stuff in that movie review. Are you sure they're going to submit it? Well, my theory and my reasons that it should count is because it does have Godzilla, it does have King Kong, it does have Mechagodzilla, so it kind of counts. And it also has Power Rangers and Tokusatsu. So I think it should be eligible for showings at G-Fest. But if you guys want to see the 10th anniversary special, hopefully on the big screen at G-Fest and with an audience, a live audience, we're going to actually record the live audience, definitely come down to that if we can get that going. We will announce it soon, but I'm hoping to come to G-Fest this year. But that is the plan. Physical media or streaming? Physical media, hands down. In fact, we had I had a couple of my friends. We did a creative brainstorming meeting a couple days ago. They all came here. We were all like doing storyboards and concept arts and everything and concept sketches. And we were watching the appendices of the Lord of the Rings for influence. And You don't find that in streaming. You don't find that on any streaming services. See, that's the problem with streaming services. They don't include the bonus features in what you would get in a Blu-ray or DVD. So I much prefer physical media, but also really leaning more towards DVDs, because DVDs have better stuff than Blu-rays mostly do. It's very rare now that Blu-rays have a lot of shit on them. So I'm going to go with physical media. Already answered that question. You're an inspiration. You got destroyed by some guy on YouTube criticizing everything you do, and I laughed it off like a Chad. That stream was so funny. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Deadwood Dirk, I think he's actually on stream right now, and like, kudos to him. That's my phone. Sorry. I think he's on stream right now, and I popped in here or there. He's a good guy, actually, Deadwing Dork. You know, so guys, go check him out. Hoping he covers second half of part 2 soon in part 3, because y'all, they ain't ready for Ready Player One part 3. It's insane. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, I take a little bit from Doug when he discovered that Oni Plays does essentially rip into him. And Doug always said, you know, he thinks it's hilarious, and it's like, well, how hypocritical is it that here I am ripping into other people's content, yet people can't rip into me? I think that is a very hypocritical thing to do. So I found that, yes, some of my content can be a tad cringe, I will admit, but it's just about having fun and enjoying the content we do. So being able to do that, and I mean, for me, it's kind of free promotion, but that's okay. Like, that's cool. I can take the heat. I can take the jokes. And Deadwing overall, like, I mean, like, listen, they're more interested in ripping into people who really have issues, and that's more funny. But me, I'm a pretty clean guy, and I have no beef with them. I think he's hilarious. I think the chat is hilarious. I don't mind getting roasted, and I just love it. I love that. Like, I just can appreciate, you know, that, because it just, you know, it allows me to keep working and allows me to keep making content, especially if it entertains. Like, whether good or bad, if it entertains, that's all that matters to me. And I just appreciate the ride and appreciate you guys enjoying it. So anybody who came on to Deadwing Dork stream who's here right now, welcome. This is how I do shit, and I really appreciate it. If they could do Primal Rage movie, do you think Diablo should be a Carnotaur, since he looks like a generic Tesaro in the game? I mean, I still think it should be a T-Rex. I think we're due for better designed Tyrannosaurs outside of Jurassic Park. What's the most real? I already answered that question. Jack, have you seen my Batman fan film yet? I have not. I can't remember if you sent it to me via Instagram or Twitter, but I will try to take a look at it when I can. Thank you so much, Vincent. But I want to see what that looks like. I think one species will be confirmed for Primary World is Utah Raptor. Nice! We haven't seen that since Walking with Dinosaurs. Let's see here. Possibly, yeah, you might be coming to Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Awesome. Also, hello, everyone. Yeah, guys, go subscribe to Nerd Cage. His content is fantastic. Definitely worth checking out. You hear that Godzilla -1 got an Oscar? Yeah, okay. I didn't watch the Academy Awards, guys. I was too busy working on other stuff. In fact, I was actually selling a few things online. And basically, what's funny is I was watching it, and I was so happy that it won. It's like, you know what? Hey, Godzilla, welcome to the Oscar Club. It's took you 70 years, but you're here. You can join King Kong. Meanwhile, King Kong's like, oh, that's all good, Godzilla. But I got 2 Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects, and Godzilla's just like, bastard! You bastard! God damn it! I think that's how I kind of see Godzilla going about it in in the Oscar ceremonies. But it was honestly really fun, and it was such a good film. I really was very happy with that. Hang on, I'm just texting somebody. But anyway, so yeah, I was really happy with that. Kudos to the team at Toho. Y'all deserved it. It was great actually the Oscars. And then also, yes, I did see that Batman reunion between Arnold, Danny DeVito, and Michael Keaton. That was amazing. Like, even seeing Michael just look at them and be like, it's like, you know what? Can he just be Batman? Can we get Tim Burton and them? If this Beetlejuice 2 does well, can we get a third Batman just for shits and giggles? I would love that if they could pull that off and pitch that. Hey, bud, I missed everything. No worries, man. We're just having a Q&A. BigJackFilms in New Jersey would be cool. Oh, that would be cool, actually. Have I seen San Diego? I have never been to San Diego Comic-Con, actually. I honestly am surprised I've never been. I really want to at some point. Because yeah, it would just be something I would definitely like to do, for sure. Jack mentioning Godzilla Battle Royale means that it's canon since. Okay, so and people have asked that question in regards to that because given the designs and so on and the same creatures and suits and stuff. In answer to your question, if Battle Royale is canon to the reviewerverse, and if that is the same ones. Yes and no. I want to kind of just see it as Godzilla and Mechagodzilla from just the franchises themselves. The only ones that are kind of canon is the fact that Billy DeBoss shows up in the ship that he uses to fight. Although he's not playing the same character. He's just playing Billy DeBoss, the sort of reviewer, YouTuber who happens to know how to pilot that stuff, because I guess he could go into the fan film world and grab that stuff. But in my opinion, the Godzilla Mechagodzilla fight is more so just the two rivals in their respective franchises as characters. I think for me also is that, because the way that went about was that we were originally, actually, it's fun fact behind the scenes wise, we were originally going to do that through CG. We were going to get an animation guy to do the CG effects, but time was getting a little short. So I reached out to Billy and I said, do you happen to know the guys who did that still? And he said, yeah. And I asked them if they could do some effects for us. And they actually were able to. They were wonderfully gracious and really appreciated that on that end. Thank you. Great question. Which PS2 games would you recommend for Brock? The Dragon Ball Z Budokai games are definitely a essential. I would say Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a great one. There are some good PS2 games out there. Hello, Lightpost Films. Good to see you. Also, I want to bring somebody in quickly for this stream. We'll do it in a little bit. Just to give him a he wants to do some plugins, but we'll do that in a sec. They should make a novelization of Kong 76 for a future anniversary. I would love that if they could do what they did with the Edgar Wallace script. I would love that. If they could get Lorenzo Simple Jr.'s writing out there. So I know you're a fan of Star Wars. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the Star Trek series? Star Trek, okay, the original series is okay. I was much more a fan of Star Trek Next Generation because I watched it with my dad on the Space Network. It was really, it was something I connected with my dad, so I'm more Team Picard than I am Kirk. And then everything else, I just don't watch. I've watched the 2 J.J. Abrams films, but Star Trek is just kind of meh. I like it. I like it a lot more as an adult, but I'm not really too into it. I'm kind of a minor Trekkie fan, but not to the point of I know every episode and oh my god, Star Trek. I'm not that big into it. And yes, I will still call them Trekkies. Does the Kraken from Skull Island remind you of the Kraken from Clash of the Titans? No, it's a totally different creature. If you could make a Kong film, what would it be and why? Goofy Lizard Boy, my remake will suffice for that. So there you go. There you go. Hey Jack, does the Kraken from Skull Island remind you? Okay, I already answered that question. I'm just happy that someone is making a dinosaur horror movie. Yeah, I've heard about this. I'm really excited. Have you seen Scribbles to Screen? I have. Actually, I talked to him a few times. He's a nice chap. Really good for him. Hi, Super Tristan. I can't pronounce that. That is, I don't know the last name. I'm so sorry. Are there any creatures? Just watch out for particular Golden Hydra. Ooh, okay. Hi, Brock. Good to see you. Hi, Dean. I understand that I am undecided on G-Fest. I have a room book, but I do have a room book. Dude, come on with us. Come with us. Josh is coming. Brad actually might be attending. We're thinking about trying to get Brad to come with us. And Sean, JT's were born, Cinematic Trash. We're all going to get together. I think that'd be really cool if you guys joined us. Thoughts on the deleted Stegoceratops scene from Jurassic World? I did not see that. What was that about? Thank you so much, Floordale Miss. Appreciate that. Idea for Primal Rage movie where Diablo is decapitated as a Carnotaur. How do you feel about that? That'd be interesting. Did you know that Zilla 98 Godzilla designer pack, man designer Mario 3? Oh, wow. Interesting. Let's see here. I do not watch the Total Drama cartoons. Never watched them. Never watched them. Have you ever played the Castlevania games? I have played the first two, the one on Game Boy and Castlevania 4, which I do own. So that is where I'm at. Yeah, I'm just going to text somebody. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, I have played the Castlevania games. I do like the anime. The anime on Netflix is actually pretty solid. Physical media, exactly. You see it Scooby-Doo backstage Rage? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Yeah, you haven't watched it. In your Ready Player One review, Doug caused the plot hole debacle. So what nostalgic episode of Collab did Doug fuck it up? To Boldly Flee. If you have seen the To Boldly Flee movie, which is like 3 hours long, definitely go ahead and watch that. That is sort of the BigJackFilms review prologue. There's a whole trilogy, essentially, because we are part of the Reviewerverse. You have to watch the 3 films, Kick-Assia, Suburban Nights, and To Boldly Flee, in order to understand how the hell we kind of got here. Is a good place to start. But yeah, actually we're planning to do some sort of thing on like 20 years of the Reviewerverse, because it technically started in 2004 with the Angry Video Game Nerd, and that's how it kind of all went to it. Just gonna put... So there's that. But anyway, yeah, so that's sort of how that went down, essentially. I did hear about that, Martin. Thoughts on Sega Ceratops. I have sent you through Instagram. Awesome. Let's see. Do you hear about the Korean kaiju film Space Monster? Has it been found? Interesting. I have to check that out. How do you feel about Oppenheimer? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with another historical film winning Best Picture. I think, honestly, Nolan deserves it at this point. I was literally thinking, just give this man his Oscar. I was okay, and I did like Oppenheimer. If you see it as a prologue to Godzilla, it actually makes it better. Godzilla won while Mario didn't. Horror movie characters. Yeah, I mean, like, I actually was okay The Boy and the Heron won. I think it's cool that Miyazaki got his 2nd Academy Award. I wish I could star in King Kong, Godzilla, Jurassic Park. I mean, hey, follow your dreams, man. Ultraman, Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider. Super Sentai. James Cameron was going to make a Spider-Man movie in the 90s, but was canceled. Yes, in fact, I kind of cover that in my Spider-Man review, if you want to check that out. I love for Burton's 3rd Batman film would be a perfect swan song. Yeah, exactly. I kind of want to see that. I think there is still hope, in a way. You remind me of Animat a little bit. I get that a lot. Okay, so I get this a lot, that I am very much like Animat, like I sound like him and so on. I mean, I've met the guy. I met him at a con once, and we've talked a few times and stuff, and he kind of knows who I am to a degree, but we just like kind of just chilled and had like a beer one time at Con Bravo, but that was about it. It wasn't really anything like particular to write home about. I like his work, but I mean, I don't watch him much now, but nothing against him, honestly. I just, you know, I get that a lot. And people say, why don't you collaborate with Animat? Maybe, if he wants to, he just has to ring me up. I made a Godzilla fan film with plushies. It took 9 months. Wow. And I'm burnt out from it. I mean, hey, that happens. Burnout happens, man. And kudos to you for getting that done 8 months. Holy shit. I do like some Friday the 13th fan films. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those, and those are pretty solid. Anything where he fights Michael Myers is great. Kiru being on the bad guy team is my only pippy. See, he's Kiru in Codename in the episode Ready Player One. He's Kiru in Codename. He's not actually Kiru. It's a mix of all the Mechagodzillas. Not much Marvelous Marvel. I love that profile picture. That's funny. Thoughts on the Evolution horror maze from Universal? I didn't know are they making another game? Wow, I don't know. I didn't know that. It's funny because people have actually asked me from my old days if I still collect lightsabers. Yes and no, mostly for props for my Star Wars prequel project, but outside of that, I gave up on that years ago. Will you one day do a King Kong reviews on that awful Kong game from last year? That is in the works. I just don't know. I haven't played it yet because I don't have any of the new consoles, unfortunately. Are you a fan of the Scream franchise? You know what's weird? The only Scream film I've ever seen is Scary Movie. And now I can never look at the first film ever again. I'm too scared to watch it because I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to unsee Scary Movie. Out of the 3 Kong fan films, which one is your fave? Outside of mine, the ones that, like, I've done? Oh, that's a tough question. What do I say is the second? What is basically the second best? Okay, this is a good question. So I would, okay, top 3, I like King Kong made in the 70s by, I can't remember what the kid's names is, but they were done on Super 8, where they were kind of done like in the 70s. It was basically the 76 remake with dinosaurs, and it was pretty good overall. But essentially, that was one of my favorites. I actually think the one I was looking forward to the most was Eric Kessler's Skull Island is another good one because of the quality. It's all stop motion. But I really liked Skull Island by Nessie Film Studios, which was these little kids that were doing this remake, because I had been waiting years and years and years and years to see that fan film, and it never got released. And I had to actually reach out to the directors themselves and say, hey, I kind of want to see this. And I actually know them, and they're a really nice group of guys. And they actually sent me a DVD copy of the movie, which is great. And I reviewed it, and I loved it, and it was fantastic. And I'm glad that, I think my review kind of pushed them to finally release it. So if I did any contributions for fans waiting for that, and if my episode did that, and I'm pretty proud of that. And then Equals Yes King Kong is also pretty good. I have talked to some of the chaps who worked on it when I doing my research. Nice group of kids, actually. So those are my personal favorites. How long has it been since a while since the dinosaur? I mean, 65 came out last year, Shark King. You used to always talk about what you'd want for a potential movie or show of things that could be in movies, but right, like that Ready Player One or Power Rangers movie. Because I didn't know they were being made. I didn't know what was happening when I made those videos. I mean, I want to do more Let's Talks down the line. It's just about time, really. That is the only issue. I don't know who that is. Ever played a nice Hedgehog video games, like the Sonic ones? I've only played the first Genesis game, and to be honest, Marvelous Marvel, I'm not a big Sonic fan. I like the first movie is just passable. I have not seen the second one. Claire Noah is supposed to encounter a female. Okay, interesting. All right. Have I seen any of the Gamera series? I've seen the Heisei era. That's probably my favorite. Yes, I am aware of that. I will not be getting into that. With the Stegoceratops deleted scene, but it's seen on the computer in the climax. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Thoughts on Ghostbusters Afterlife? Have you seen it? And are you interested in Frozen Empire? Yes, I am. In fact, I'm going to see it next week. But if you want to know my thoughts on Afterlife, go check out my opening night, Zach. That's where you can find my opinion. What props do you wanted to own? So that's a good question, actually. So I mean, I have to say I got my Kong tooth, which is one of my most prized possessions. But if I were to get one prop, oh, this is tough. Okay, so it's kind of weird. There's certain swords I've been always wanting, like certain swords from certain movies that are just really nice pieces. I've always wanted a replica of Inigo Montoya's sword from The Princess Bride. Also, with that, the replica of Chris O'Donnell's sword of D'Artagnan from Disney's Three Musketeers, and or one of the Musketeer swords from that particular film. But I really kind of dug two weapons from Hook I really want. I want Captain Hook's quartz sword that he used when he fought Rufio and Pan, but also Rufio's double disc cutlass. Those are props I really want. And then on top of that, probably, I've always wanted one of the production lightsabers used on the prequels. And then the Sword of Elena from The Mask of Zorro is another one I would really want for sure. So there's that. And Colin cut this out as if it wouldn't make an Indominus Rex special, yet a toy from Hasbro exists. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, interesting. Okay. I might have a chance to start my own Jurassic Park movie since I might be making my fan films. Okay, that's really cool. Congratulations to Godzilla 101 for winning Best Visual Effects. Yeah, I mean, again, that's really something, honestly. I'm really glad it really got the visual effects win. I mean, listen, it's been 70 years. I think it's time that that for sure happens. I think that is definitely a given. So I just want to quickly take a little break, guys. I'll be right back. I have to quickly run and do something rather quickly. Bathroom break, basically. But I'm going to keep you guys posted. I'll be right back. But give me a couple of minutes. I just have to go do something for a sec. And I will return in one moment. So stay tuned. Just give me a moment. Let me just find some a track to use here. But yeah, we'll be back. And we're back. All right. Sorry, folks. I just had to use the bathroom, essentially. So I'm going to bring somebody in quickly. And, yeah, basically, actually, question to that. That's the confrontation music, and that's what we're going to be covering this weekend. So just going to actually bring somebody on who wants to, do a little plug here for a sec. So we're going to bring him in one moment. And we're just going to make this relatively quick. Because, yeah, we're only going to be here for another half hour or so, folks. Maybe 20 minutes. But I will keep you posted. So let's bring him in. Hopefully he gets this message. And let's see if he comes on. But yeah, so, today's your birthday, Doc Barney. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. Good to see you. 65 needs a better representation of dinosaurs, more like herbivores. Yeah, I heard this movie's a mess. I've thought about covering it, but I'd have to definitely reevaluate my opinions because I haven't seen it since theaters. If you're not a Sonic fan, you definitely won't like Sonic Underground. I just like the music. I like the music from Sonic Boom on Sega CD, but that's really about it, essentially. Yeah, happy birthday, 16. Wow, man. Listen, enjoy it while you can. 2 years now, you're going to be an adult, and I'm just going to tell you, your life's going to be over. So enjoy it while you can. While you can. Run! Let's see. Someone made a fan comic 093 mark. Really? Interesting. I've seen the fan description of that. Okay, so just to kind of bring in a little special guest here we haven't had here in a while. He's got a couple plugs. We're going to have a quick little conversation with them. But ladies and gentlemen, jumping onto the stream very quickly is our one and only Jay from Nerd Cage Live. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's going on? Big Jack on the attack, buddy.
How you doing?
Never been better. Never been better.
That's good.
And it's been a while since we worked. I think the last time we worked together was the Flash spoiler discussion last summer.
Oh my God. Well, okay. Did you watch? I mean, you watched the Oscars, right?
I did not watch. I was working, but since I work for Joe Blow, I had all the updates coming through.
Well, yeah, you had the -1. For me, the best part was -1 winning, and then the Batman reunion. Just Keaton doing this. I'm like, we need another Batman movie with him.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Listen, I knew Oppenheimer was gonna win everything, but I really thought in my heart that Killers of the Flower Moon was the better film than Oppenheimer. And I'm from New York, so I want to see Scorsese win, and he didn't. So
also, I want to say special guest Beethoven.
Yep. Lars, my beautiful dog.
With Fred Wilson as the dad in that movie.
Yeah.
Because Charles Grodin, I remember I rewatched Beethoven, like, holy shit, that's Beethoven.
Beethoven was the reason why I wanted the Saint Bernard. It was all because of Beethoven.
I kind of always wanted to say Bernard, but I heard are they actually a mess?
No.
Really?
I mean, obviously they're big and they're gonna knock stuff over, but they're gentle and they're
big bears. They're essentially dog bears.
Yeah, absolutely. I also used to have a pet pig, so if you want to talk about messes, and I'm not saying that.
Wow, okay. There's a crossover universal. Beethoven meets Babe. Let's go.
They were friends. Unfortunately, the pig's no longer around. But the thing about pigs, though, is they're smart and they know how to open up refrigerator doors and get into food. And that was the head.
Or they end up in the refrigerator.
Yeah. You know what? I don't care. I used to eat bacon and stuff.
I cannot have breakfast in the morning without bacon. I'm just saying, I make everything with bacon.
Absolutely. Listen, pigs are wonderful food and they're wonderful pets.
They are. So we just got a couple things on our end. Con season's coming up this weekend. I'm going to Toronto Comic-Con. I will be cosplaying. I'm going to be hanging out with friends and maybe filming some stuff for future episodes. But it's going to be a good time. We have the whole cast of X-Men the Animated Series coming in for that. So.
Speaking of. Because I'm with you, man. I'm not going to support and give money to Disney Plus. Shoot, I don't know where I put the case.
You just pirate it.
I don't know where I put the case. It's probably buried somewhere. Who knows? Sorry, I got a little bit of clutter here, but
no worries.
I have the Blu-ray, Blu-ray bootleg of the entire X-Men. The animated series, 90s animated series.
I kind of want to get because for me, what I used to watch more was the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s, because that was my introduction.
That was a good one too. I liked X-Men more, but I like that one a lot too.
Did you ever feel like the Raimi Spider-Man movies were taking more from the 90s cartoon than they were like I could feel, actually, I don't know if there's been rumors that Sony has been talking with Sam Raimi about maybe finally doing Spider-Man 4.
I think when No Way Home came out, that really enhanced people's interest, and let's face it, not to put anybody down, but I can't imagine Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst are that busy.
What are they doing? Nobody who's making those cats and dogs movies is going to call Tobey Maguire again.
Yeah.
They're not going to bring out Kirsten Dunst for Jumanji, 4 or 5 right now?
I know. I knew they had the one with The Rock, but I didn't know they made other ones.
Well, that's the thing. There's Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, then Jumanji. There was some other one, so they basically made 2 sequels, and actually, those are connected to the original film.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle is actually Jumanji 2, because they show like a group of people finding the game. Remember at the end of the first one, they find the game on the beach. Well, yeah. we pick up where that left off. And it's a group of kids in the 90s who grab the game. This kid gets the game from his parents or something, and then he shows it to his brother, who's playing a PlayStation 1, and the kid says, "Hey, you want to play a board game?" And the kid's like, "Who plays board games anymore?" While he's playing a PS1. And then that automatically makes the game, which is alive, say, "Oh, nice." The
whole time.
The Jumanji game says, "Oh, video games." And so basically Jumanji transforms from a board game to a video game console. And that's how they make it into a video game. Basically the game reformed itself into a video game console, surprisingly looking like a Famicom.
I was just a little bitter in the britches because I loved Robin Williams so much. Not like you, I'm a 90s. I'm a little older, but I'm a 90s kid.
Oh, I liked it too. Like, I love the original.
I just hated the idea of them, replacing or,
It actually wasn't that bad. It actually was pretty entertaining. It did respect the original without tarnishing it. And also, I'm not going to lie, it was very, very funny. I was actually, Jack Black, funniest thing, because they're all like teenage kids in detention. So Jack Black and The Rock, they're all avatars of the kids in the real world. So Jack Black is actually like a valley girl, a teenage valley girl. So it's him playing that the whole movie, and it's so goddamn funny.
Oh, okay.
Jack Black did that.
To the Shark King, no, I haven't seen the Primitive War. No, I have not.
I did hear tickets drop for the movie GXK, so I do have to get those at some point.
Yeah, well, okay. So listen, we already had this discussion. Not to mention, shout out to our watch party that we did for GVK during the pandemic. But I still hate GVK. I still think it's the worst Godzilla movie ever made, and I have no excitement for GXK. But I will do my due diligence, and we will see it, and we will do a spoiler discussion. Also, just for the record, I am not giving them my money. I am using my passes to go see it. So that way I can go see it and not give them my money. Godzilla -1 was everything Godzilla should be, and I'm hoping the MonsterVerse will just end. Plus, I personally think the movie will flop. I think Ghostbusters will do so well that I don't think anyone's going to go see GXK.
I mean, I'm going to go see Ghostbusters. I really liked Afterlife. I really enjoyed it. It actually kind of made me...
I didn't think I was going to like Afterlife, and I loved Afterlife. I didn't think I was going to, especially
But the fact we live in a universe where now we literally have Ghostbusters 4 is shocking. Because people say, oh, well, Afterlife was Ghostbusters 4. No, that was Ghostbusters 3. I don't care.
That was 3.
I'm just going to... Forgive my language. Screw Queefbusters. That movie sucked.
I never bothered with it. I didn't care to see it. I don't care to see it now. Like I said, I went into Afterlife with low expectations, went and saw it in 4DX, and I loved it. Therefore, I will be there. I don't know. I'm going to go opening night, but I will be there next weekend for Ghostbusters. We'll do a rapid review. We're not going to do a spoiler discussion. We will do because of our kaiju base. We will do a spoiler discussion for GXK, and you're welcome to be part of that, Jack.
Okay, I'll just say this. Harold the Fortis, one of my good buddies in Niagara Falls. You bastard! You get early screenings? How'd you score that? You son of a bitch! Yeah. Early screenings, you bastard!
I'm in no rush to go see it, and we typically, and as you know, Jack, we do our spoilers on the Monday after to give people time to go see it. Really, the next movie I'm stoked for is Planet of the Apes. Is what
I do. I'm curious how that's gonna. Although it's weird. Do you ever feel like it's kind of gonna be a remake of the original?
Well, it's not going to be a remake of the original because it's a different. It's set 300 years after the Caesar movies, and it's 1600 years before the Charlton Heston movies. So.
Yeah, because it's weird because I think from what I heard, from what I see in the trailers,
a huge gap between the last movie and the Charlton Heston movie.
But you remember in Rise, they kind of hinted at the events of the first movie happening.
Yeah, because you saw the rocket ship get. They referenced the rocket ship.
From what I'm hearing is that that is not Taylor's ship. This is actually going to be a different set of astronauts. So they're going to kind of slightly remake the first one.
Gotcha. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I'm actually curious how it's.
I really don't think they should. I mean, I can understand them retconning a couple of things, but they should just. They can't erase the original movies. The original movies are just too good.
I would love to just see them. How cool would it be if they just said, "Fuck it, we're re-releasing the original Apes movies."
You know what? It kind of bothers me now that Disney. Another thing that pissed me off about Disney is like now.
Are they on Disney Plus?
Well, here's the thing. There's a new Apes movie coming out, but they haven't re-released the original movies in 4K. I would love to have a 4K Planet of the Apes set.
4K? Are they just like, I'm surprised they're not on Disney Plus yet.
Well, they are pretty adult oriented,
I mean, they were rated G when they came out.
Yeah, I know, but back then we didn't have PG-13 or R. And if you watch,
we had PG.
There's men's butts, and there's and if you ever see the director's cut of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, there's bodies and blood of and.
Have you seen? I love the Behind the Planet of the Apes documentary narrated by Roddy McDowell. There's a great story that Charlton Heston said when they did that scene with
nice buns.
Yeah. Oh my God, the coffee girls like that's funny. I also love his story about how he's the reason why Beneath ended so well because he's like, I'll blow up the whole Earth. That's it for the sequels. No more sequels.
I fucking love Beneath of the Planet of the Apes.
And that didn't stop them. Time travel. Conquest is probably my favorite of the series.
Yeah, no, it's one of the better ones. I mean, it's definitely in my top 3, top 4. I love all the movies, even the Burt movie. Come at me. I like all of them.
You know what's weird is that I want to watch the new one, but would you believe I haven't seen the last one?
You should watch the last one because it does, I'm not going to spoil it, but it does fill in a major gap leading up to the original movie.
I mean, it does, but at the same time, it's like, I heard it's really depressing.
It is. It is.
Like, the most dark,
I know our friend JT Reborn's going to say otherwise, but I think Dawn's the best of the 3.
Yeah, I like Dawn. I actually came out of Dawn very...
Sean Wick says the 3rd one's the best. I wholeheartedly disagree with him. I think Dawn is by far the best.
Yeah, it really is. It's a decent sequel. Anyway, yeah, you said you got some stuff you want to plug in, by the way.
I do, and I sent you the thumbnails. Whatever one you want to put up first, I'll promote both of those because I feel like.
Oh, okay. So hang on, let me go grab those.
Yeah. They're in the DMs, but yeah. First and foremost, Nerd Cage Live. We typically put out content. We mostly do live streams mainly, but hence Nerd Cage Live. But we do put out video content here and there, but we're mainly predicated on the live streams. And we've had a lot of great guests on in the past, including Jack. We also do spoiler discussions. We do live debates. But we try to interview people from all aspects of life. Rather, if we interview content makers, musicians, voice actors, MMA fighters, boxers. We try to get in touch with everybody. So here we go. Patman QC. This is just a testament of how much we've grown, guys. Patman QC. He's got 84,000 subscribers. He's coming on tomorrow. I cannot believe Patman QC. He's a YouTuber. He does documentaries on arcade games, mainly old school arcade games. And he's got the trademark Bob Ross going on. He's the Bob Ross of video game documentaries. But anyway, he's got 84,000 subscribers. He's coming on tomorrow for a live interview. You bet your sweet ass we're going to talk everything arcade games and retro gaming and stuff like that. So if you're a fan of retro gaming and arcade games, be there for this live stream tomorrow. Like I said, it's a huge honor. Patman QC is coming on tomorrow night on Nerd Cage Live. That's youtube.com/@NerdCageLive. Again, shout out to Patman QC. Subscribe to him as well. He's a great content maker. And yes, Finn McKenty, for those who don't know, he's the Punk Rock MBA. He's got 500,000 subscribers.
Damn.
He's got 500,000 subscribers on his main channel, and then on his side channel, his Twitch streams, he's got 150,000 subscribers. He's agreed to come on, and we're going to talk everything music, movies, and video games. He's a music content maker. That's Punk Rock MBA. He's a music journalist, but he's got 500,000 subscribers. He's coming on Wednesday, April 3rd.
Okay,
how much we've grown at Nerd Cage.
Wait, look, I mean, you guys have been doing fantastic. I've been seeing you guys grow for the last few years. I mean, starting
it has not been easy, and it's been an uphill battle, and we've had a couple people try to bring us down, but you know what? Just to see how much we've been striding and whatnot, it's been a wonderful ride. And Jack. I'm sure. By the way, congrats on 21,000 subs.
Thank you. Like, say it for when you hit 30K. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say, I'm sure you've felt this before. Sometimes when you're a content maker, it can be discouraging. You wonder yourself, is it worth it to keep going? Is it worth it to keep going? But we find out if you just keep doing it and you don't lose faith, sometimes you just get, sometimes your breaks come here and there. So
for me, right? I mean, for me, it's just about showing my art, and as long as I can keep doing that, that's all that matters to me. I don't really, I mean, listen, money comes in, but it's really just about the ability and having that privilege to show my art, and having an audience for it is what matters to me.
To me, I just like connecting with my audience and connecting our audience with our guests.
That's the best part. I mean, it's weird because if you watch the latest King Kong review, the second episode from last week, we had a huge special guest on. We had a Q cameos. We had Don Fry make a cameo. We had Evola make a cameo from the monster movie magazines, but we did an interview, our second interview with Linda Miller on from King Kong Escapes. And I will just give a minor secret spoiler for our next episode, which is going to be airing actually this time on the weekend on Saturday night and Sunday night at 9. It's a 2-parter. We got a huge guest on part 1 that I don't want to say too much, but I'll give a little hint. This guy worked for Walt Disney.
Okay,
he worked for Mr. Disney. I'm just going to say that right now. This guy worked for Mr. Disney, and this is probably one of the closest thing we're going to get to Walt. So definitely worth checking out with part 1, which is going to air Saturday night at 9. And they're big episodes, and they're really fun.
Congratulations, Jack. I'm glad to see you do well. Not to mention you've also been an inspiration for me to keep this shit going, so.
I mean, I just do it because I can, and also just because I have nothing better to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make money yet on Nerd Cage, but at least another channel pays me to do their content. So
do you guys have Patreon?
I'm not gonna go that route.
Yeah, true. I mean, I heard there's a new subscription service thing with YouTube channels, like the fans, like the thing, like the join thing. Yeah. I don't know what it's about, but I think I'm gonna figure out how that works.
I think what I really want to do, because I'll never listen. I don't dare ask our audience for money. See, I don't mind supporting you. I'm a proud Patreon of BigJackFilms. For the record, everybody, please, if you can, be sure to sign up for Jack's Patreon. But the reason why I support you is because I know this is your livelihood. This is your full-time job. And since you've helped me, I have no problem being one of your patrons. But the reason why I don't want to do it is like I said, I don't want to ask our audience, unless we're doing a charity stream. That's the only time I ask for money, and that's for charity. By the way, Cheesy Movies for Charity 3 will happen next December because, you guys keep we raised over $1,000 2 years in a row. We're going to keep doing it. But
yeah, that's why I'm just putting out some music. Go ahead.
But the thing is, too, what I plan on doing to make money, because I never want to ask our audience, is I want us to get sponsorships. Sponsorships is the direction I want to go in.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the. I mean, I want to get sponsorships as well. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell it works, and that is really the only thing I got to figure out at this point.
Well, I used to work in sales, so I kind of know what to do. I have a few places in mind. I want to local businesses. I want to ask. So
yeah,
that's the direction I want to go in. So
true, yeah. Well, I mean, anyway, I'm gonna probably cut the stream very quickly because this is just a quick little Q&A because I just have to get going on things. But I do want to thank you for coming in, man. Like, hey, if you ever want to come in, let me know anytime.
You, like I said, I'm like, well, Jack's live. I was like, you know what? We have a big show tomorrow, and I'm sure a lot of retro gamers are going to want to tune in. So yeah, again, Patman QC will be tomorrow on Nerd Cage Live, and then Wednesday, April 3rd. Finn McKenty, the punk rock MBA. So, guys, if you can make it, of course, subscribe to Nerd Cage Live. It would mean a lot to me. Like I said, we're starting to hit a little bit of a stride going. We're about to hit 2,400 subscribers, so we're kind of slowly beginning to, the snowball effect's slowly starting to turn in a little bit.
Absolutely.
It took a while, but it's finally kind of breaking now.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming in, man. And guys, go subscribe to Nerd Cage Live. Go check out the events coming up. They're going to be fantastic. And I'll probably try to catch in. On my end, I should make a couple announcements. Obviously, outside the Kong reviews coming out this weekend, the 2-parter. I'm going to be at Toronto Comic-Con this weekend. It is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be there with a couple of my friends. I'm going to be cosplaying. Got my full Keaton Batsuit out, ready to go, finished up. But yeah, that's going to be happening. And then on top of that, the cast of X-Men, the animated series, is showing up. And they've done other things. In fact, I found this out. It blew my mind. The voice of Jubilee from X-Men was also
Claire Redfield in Resident Evil.
And she was Lunette the Clown in the Big Comfy Couch. Yeah, so actually another guest that's surprisingly, I mean, you guys don't have it in the States, but us here in Canada, we have a show called Nana Land, which is like this weird puppet show with like this weird pea-looking like little girl with the dog and everything. But apparently it was a show in like the 2000s, so they're going to be bringing them to the Comic-Con as special guests. So that will be interesting. I mean, maybe I'll get a cameo from that. It'd be kind of funny. But to the point that's happening, and I'm going to try to come back to Anime North. I'm going to try to come back to G-Fest. I hope to see you there, man. Come to G-Fest.
Like I said, I reserved my room. I just don't know if I'm going to have the time or the funds to go, but in case I do end up going, I have my room booked.
All right, sounds good.
I want to go. I do. I just don't know. Plus, Chicago is home away from home. We got a huge fan base in Chicago. I got friends in Chicago. So I do want to go. I just don't know if it's... And I got the time off from work, too. So I would like to go if I'm able to.
Well, then also come down to Niagara Falls Comic-Con, because they got so many people. I don't know if you've seen the guest list for that one. It's insane.
I'll have to take a look, because I'm only 2 hours from Niagara Falls.
Dolph Lundgren is going to be there. Here, let me look at the list very, very quickly. Let me look this up.
Okay, while you do that, also everybody, we're also on Twitch, twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. We typically go on Twitch on Tuesdays and on the weekends.
Let me just see celebrity guests. Let me pull this up. Let me go to. Let me just stop the screen here. Let me go to. I'll pull up the screen here on the website. Let's see here. Entire screen. Okay. So we're just going to go here. So here's who's coming. Chevy Chase, Beverly Diago, Dolph Lundgren, Peter Weller, Robert Patrick, Leah Thompson, Bonnie Wright, Matthew Lewis. These Spider-Man characters. You got Battlestar Galactica, Greedo. They got all these people coming in for a Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Sylvester McCoy, Doctor Who. He was also... Radagast in The Hobbit, Judith Hogue from Ninja Turtles, William Fichtner. They got so many people coming to this. I'm telling you, Jay, you gotta come to this thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people from, look at all, the freaking, these guys. You got, Stoney Strait, the voice of Krillin. We got a lot of people coming into this, so...
I mean, like I said, Dolph Lundgren, Robert Patrick, Peter Weller would be the reason why I would want to go.
I mean,
I'm a hard Rocky fan, so...
I might sign up as a YouTube person. I don't know. I might figure this out, but, I mean, I'm thinking about it. It's June 9th to the 7th and 9th, 2024. It's on the Canadian side.
Oh, okay. I might not be able to go, and here's why. Me and Joe are getting our tickets tomorrow. We're going to go to the Sonic the Hedgehog Symphony.
Oh, okay. Shit. I just figured that'd be a good place for us to meet up, and if you wanted to check it out or whatever.
I mean, I might be able to squeeze it in, who knows, but the Sonic Symphony is coming to New York City, and I was just talking to Joe. I'm like, hey, Joe, this might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see something like this.
That's true. I mean, plus, it's free media, too, It'd be good media for you guys, so just as an idea
and we're also, I took your advice, we're in talks about covering Retro GameCon in Syracuse, which has been growing rapidly every year. This year, they got, I can't remember the actress's name, but she does the voice of Lady D from Resident Evil Village.
Nice.
Carlos Martinet was there 1 year. That was one of the years I went. So, I mean, it's last year they had the woman who does the voice for Tails. So they get some pretty good guests there, and it's a good place to buy old games if you're into that. But yeah, that's in October, so I already contacted them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, contact us in August when we get closer, and then we'll figure out media passes and so on." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So,
all right, sounds good. Anyway, yeah, just thank you for coming in, Jay. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching the live stream. There's not going to be many videos this week because of Comic-Con, but tune in this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for the next round of con reviews. I'm slowly working on the next one. I'll keep you guys updated on the process because there might be some slight delays going forward on a few episodes, but we'll let you guys know. But until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys later. So BigJackFilms and surprise guest Jay signing off for now, and I'll see you guys next week. Maybe we'll do some gaming, but let's see what happens. So until then, take it easy.
Good night and God bless.